can't believe it took me 10 years to actually decode this. When I was in school, I didn't like eating lunch because after lunch, I felt really, really sleepy. And even now at work, I feel really sleepy after eating lunch. So, yeah, I like eating lunch, but after that lunch, like the sleep, it was just very, very stressful. But now, thanks to the walk 15K a day or walk 10K a day community, I have just found out that after eating lunch, if you walk, that sleep leaves you. It's like magic. So, what do I do nowadays? Even though I'm the kind of person who I went to a school that put me on some etiquette where I eat really slowly, but now I eat really quickly so that I can just take my walk before the lunch break is over, and it's been magic. I tell you, I do not feel sleepy any longer. Like after my lunch, I just go for a walk. I do maybe a 20-minute walk or thereabout, or if I can get 30 minutes, that's fantastic. I just walk around. I try to walk different, routes and all of that, and it's been amazing. So if you do some type of like, if your daily routine is about sitting down and you don't get to move a lot, depending on the type of things you do every day, I'd highly recommend that you walk after you eat. And one thing that's very important that you should have all the time with you is actually an umbrella. When people used to do it, I used to feel like people are overdoing. But there's this thing where people do, like, they always, like, if it's sunny, they'll have umbrella with them. They use their umbrella. If it's raining, you use your umbrella. It's like one of those things, you need to get a small umbrella and just put it in your bag, because when it's like really sunny, this our skin is exposed to all of those extra sunlight, right? If you're using an umbrella, it protects you. Who knows, if you have an umbrella as well, when it's raining, you just take it out and use it. And that has been like a real life hack. So get on that as soon as you can. It's amazing. After eating, you take a walk, you stroll around, you take it slow, steady, give your self time to like actually breathe. Because if you notice, we end up not breathing. You just find out that, oh wow, okay, when you take deep breath, you're like, I've actually not been breathing the whole day, or actively breathing in a way that I am aware that I'm breathing. If you get what I'm saying. Most of us are not like that. We don't do that any longer. So yeah, do that. Anywho, how have you guys been? How have you been? Hope you've been well. Hope you've been good. Now that the whole African team is out, can we finally talk about Africa? So, all of the African teams, including France, are now out of the World Cup. Ha 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 ha. Yeah, so can we finally talk about it? I've been lost in the sauce myself as well, but there have been a lot of things that happened during this World Cup. One being Cape Verde being a very strong team, and Cabo Verde being a country that just became very, very visible, and a lot of people have been talking about them. But there was something someone said on X. The person was like, oh, okay, it's because they are Portuguese. It's a Portuguese gene. And I'm like, don't even go there. Because if you go there now, we're going to take it all the way to the fact that it's the black people that are in all of these teams. Look at even Spain. Isn't it? Yeah, I mean, Lamal, black. Let's not go there, okay? Like, pipe your brakes. If you want to take it to the place where you want to talk about the real race of these people, then we might have to go to that place to tell you that it's actually Africa that is feeding all of these teams. And I say it's not even as a place of braggadociousness. Like, I say it as from a place of annoyance, really, that Africa seems to be a continent that is doomed to supply the world with raw materials. Like, let's not even go there. Like, Africa is a place that is doomed to supply the world with raw talent. Africa is like, you guys just stay there. Don't diminish, stay there. We don't want you guys to dissipate for now. Like, let's have a maintained level of population of you guys. But anytime we need something, you all must be there to provide it. If we need talent, we're going to tap into you people. If we need yours like professionals, we'll go there and get you all. You get it from there. If we need labor that is not even is not defined yet, we'll go there. So it pissed me off. Okay. And Cabo Verde as well, some people have come out to say the things that you guys are seeing from us is not just all that it is, right? That yes, you're seeing these people that look like Portuguese, but even if you see the guy who scored that goal for their team, if you see their team, just the whole team outside of their goalkeeper, you see a lot of like phenotypical looking African people, right? You see them there. And what struck my mind was that when we see the men, they look like really black, and then we see the women that are visible, they're all light skinned. And then I was thinking, then everybody's like, oh, we must go to Cabo Verde. We must go to Cabo Verde. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, these people have started again. Oh my gosh, when you guys talk about tourism with African countries or with countries that are smaller or has lesser resources, it just scares me. Like it's not that vibe. Like it's not it. Like when people talk about tourism, there's this thing about how people just want to, yeah, I know you bring in resources and all of that, but the way they were making the women from that country who look like they are, Brazilians, or kind of like ambiguous ethnic, racially ambiguous. It was just giving me the ick. I did not like the way they were some people were talking about just going there and seeing the women. And a lot of people do this with South Africa as well, where they're like, oh, before you get married or something, make sure you visit South Africa once or visit this country once because of the women that are there. Like, these countries are not there for you all to just go there with your nasty asses and like just go there to want to like use the women or something. You all should just relax. Also, more dark skinned Cabo Verdean, like Africans that live in Cabo Verde, they say they have like 8 islands there, and a lot of the people that are in some islands that are not the more popular island are actually black, phenotypical looking African people. So yes, it's visible usually, and this cut across all African countries. Actually, the lighter skin African people are usually like the people that are brought to the media. And when I say media, I'm talking about what is more like the general media, the one that is first sort of certified by Hollywood. Because at the end of the day, if you go to Nigerian media, Nollywood, there's all types of people there. So the reason why I focus on what is more hyper visible, or like when I talk like in generalities, just know that I'm talking about the kind of like the Western media that end up being the universal type of media. Because if you go to Ghana, you see dark skinned Ghanaian women, you see Amare, you see people doing their things, and nobody's talking about colorism that much. However, we know colorism is a problem. Like, if you're lighter skin, people will tend to think that you're more beautiful, or they'll think you're even more cleaner. Like they'll think you're more like you have a sense of personal hygiene that's a lot more different from people who are darker skin. It's a thing. So we know. But in all of the countries like Nigeria, or like countries that are more populated by dark skinned people, and dark skinned women do a lot of their visible, it doesn't seem like it's as much of a problem as countries that come to global stage and then their visibility, or the women that are visible there, look like they are really actually from maybe Portugal sometimes, or they're mixed race, right? So there are women like that, but there's also women that look like just your normal, well, I guess Nigerian women or Ghanaian women that are also Cabo Verdean. So let's not just think that everybody from Cabo Verde or from Cape Verde or Cabo Verde looks like Vozinho, or look like all of the women that you all deem as beautiful, hence highlight from that country. There's like a variety of women in that country. And but I don't also buy into the idea of saying, oh, they are Portuguese Africans, or they are Black Africans, or white Africans, or Arab Africans, because we have a lot of Lebanese as well in like West Africa doing hospitality business. So I don't want us to just be like so like no lines of segregation at all, and everybody get it all messed up and mixed up. This is not about just my feelings. It's because there's also really material risk that come with it, where people all only think that, oh, these are the type of this since we live in a system where whiteness is deemed as supreme, right? Anybody who's close to that, they would want to give that person more position, more like. So it's not just about my feelings about it. It's not just about me feeling like, oh, no, I just want to be separate from these people. It's because there's like real structural consequences, real material consequences when a certain type of people are like made to, when we all act like we're all equal. But at the end of the day, we know that when it's time for people to choose some people for opportunity, they end up choosing the people that are more aligned or more in proximity to whiteness, if you get what I'm saying, right? So yeah, like Africa is black, right? There's a way, and you know what? Since blackness is a construct too, we understand it. So let's not even sometimes, because there are sometimes that people want to play like they don't understand what it means to be black, right? Someone who is albino in Nigeria, the skin looks pale, but we know that person is African. It's like that person is as African as it can be. So we know from different things. You just know an African person. When you see an African person, you know an African person. So let's not gaslight ourselves. Let's chill. Now, going back to the conversation of Africa being like a primary supplier of raw material to the world, it's annoying to me that anywhere that merit is, when things are left to merit, Africans do very, very well. Even though we know there's a lot of politics that is going to go on in the background of how you select the players to come and play football, it's still the African people that are doing a lot in the midfields for these teams, in the defense for these teams. Even where in cases where you see that, okay, yeah, the striker is Mbappe or something. The person that is assisted is black. The person that scored the first goal in the World Cup from Mexico is black. It's just as if we are here ready and waiting to just be tapped by other resources. Anybody though that is on the continent, like on the soil of the continent, cannot do anything on that soil until they leave that soil. And I think everybody have bought into this idea so much. Like everybody's in line completely with this idea, both the people that are tapping into it and those people that are being tapped from it. Like everybody is so bought into this idea. I don't even know if they realize it. Like people know already is like you cannot make it until you leave that soil, because some people will even go as far as philosophizing it and telling you like the land is cursed. The land is not where you can get anything from. But really and truly, it's just the role that Africa is meant to play in this current economic system is that Africa is supposed to be a supplier of raw material, and that has to change. That has to change. Me, I know how it's supposed to change, but I know that many people are uncomfortable with talking about how it's supposed to change. So I'm going to leave it for you people until the day you bring yourself to be comfortable enough to want to talk about how to change it. You know, any day you get there, you can reach out to me. You know, talk to me, talk to me, and I'll be here to talk to you. But you guys are playing with me. You guys are playing with me, and before I even move on, I want to also let people know that Nigerians are not special. Nigerians are not special at all. You know, when I was growing up, right, even though I said that black people are amazing when it comes to athleticism, or like in any areas where merit is the main like metric, even though I say that, I still want us to understand that Africans, like, yes, we are built, like, you know, we've gone through a lot, and that is in our DNA, like patterning. So yes, in our evolution and everything, yes, but still we are not that special. We still need nurture. Like that's why, yeah, you take a Nigerian player, or you take someone early and you take them to a Spanish league, or you take them to a Spanish team, or you take them to a British one, or like a French one, and they develop very well. But when I was young, I used to really feel like, wow, like we were great as running, where you know, there's just this raw talent in us that might not need nurturing or anything, and will do very well. No, you need to nurture somebody, like the way Nigerians have not been. If you put Nigerians on the field with people that are like that are trained, you know how they train people, and then you put Nigerians that they are not trained, you can't even compete with training. You cannot compete with training. So yes, I recognize that part, and I'm gonna like keep it, but then you cannot compete with like real sheer training that these people go through. I was watching Haaland and the training that he went through, he goes through, he's been trending, and it's just been like fun to watch. Like, I'm like, okay, boys can have it. I feel boys are really having it these days. Like, to be honest, even for me, like, I was about to start defending a man on the streets. I'm sorry, I was about to start defending Casey from Love Island as well, because I'm just like, what the heck is going on? You guys want to have me on these streets defending men? Because why? Like, why are you also mean to these people? Like, why are you also mean to this man? Now, I just feel like there's no logic from where you guys are talking from. There's such follower behavior from where you guys are coming from. There's just anti-blackness, there's racism. Now I have to start defending this man? Come on. And really, like, this is not even a joke. I'm laughing, but it's not a joke. It was bothering me so much that I started thinking about how easy it is to almost like bring black women to their knees or something. I don't know how to explain it. I don't know how to explain it, because this thing was running deep in my mind, in my thoughts, that I was just like, why? What is the, like, what exactly is this phenomenon? When let's say, for example, during the United States election, the last time United States had an election, given that I'm recording this in 2026, so the last election was Kamala. I know people get really angry when you don't pronounce her name correctly, but I don't know. Like, I'm Nigerian, so anyways, Kamala and Donald Trump were the contestants, right? And 90%, that much of black women voted for her. So I was praising this result because I was thinking, wow, black women are so progressive, or black women demographic are the most progressive in America. It felt that way. And then I spoke to a friend and he was like, or maybe they are just the ones that are easy to just follow through with a like to follow through on a promise in a way that is like, it doesn't matter if it's good, it doesn't matter if it's bad, everybody's just going to fall in line and follow through. And I was just like, damn, okay, perspective. And it looks like the more the time goes on, the more I see that if people say this is what black women are supposed to do, black women are going to do it. And if you do not do it, the way that the public punishment is crazy. Like, it's like, I don't understand black women code, or I don't understand women code. I thought I did, but just seeing the conversation online regarding the black woman that people want to protect and the black woman people do not want to protect has been just interesting to watch. Like, there seems to be a code that is like, we would all decide that this is what we are supporting, and 90% we are going to support it. It's usually almost not like that, except for white people. White people are the only ones that fall on a code like it's so silent that it's like all of them. In fact, almost all of them, because now that I think about it, how many percentage of white men voted for Donald Trump? I don't really have the number, but I don't think it's even 90%. But I would like to think that there's that silent code that white people all kind of like just follow through with. But that does not like replicate when it comes to other types of or other races. But it seems like black women are the specific group after white people that are able to follow through on a code like that. And it's good. I think that it can be used for good and it can be used for bad, but I've only seen it being used for bad almost like of recent, or maybe not of recent, but I feel like because all black women are going to like do the same things, I feel like it's easy for corporations to just manipulate them, or for corporations to put a black woman face on something, and they know that all black women are going to respond like this. And black women have a lot of cultural cachet because we're African, like we're black people, we got that shit on. So if black women approve of something, it's very easy for you to now sell it to other people. So most brands, sometimes when they start, they tap into black women first. And once they get the buy-in of black women, they can now sell it or a little bit more easy to other group of people, because black women, although we got the cultural cachet, we don't really got the capital like that. So they know that, okay, what they need from us self is not like money in excess. Like, we might not be the one to make them money like that, but once we jump on it because of our passion, we can then easily get the noise out there, and then we can get other people to buy in. And I feel like that's the play that I've been seeing a lot of brands do now, because a lot of things are not, a lot of things, it's like the world has created a lot now that you start thinking that there's no need for evolution anymore. It's like, I saw someone say something like, all the music that needs to be created have been created. There's no more need for evolution. There's no more need for you to create anything else. Like, everything that all the evolution that can happen with music has already happened, and black people are already at the center of it. So yeah, you don't need to sell anything there anymore. So people should move to other like industries, right? With that is real as hell. So anyways, I'm saying that I've been seeing this pattern, that because black women kind of operate on some silent code, it's easy for you to tilt them without it being like an in-house division, right? And that is kind of scary if it's not used in the right way. Like, that is kind of scary to me, if they decide that now they need to all love no, this is a bad example. I don't want to do it. Let me just leave it. I'm not gonna do it, but I don't know. And when I say black women, sometimes when I say black women, I'm speaking to a type of black women that are in in online, okay, online. Because at the end of the day, a huge percentage of black people are not online. Like, or like, these days is better, but at the end of the day, still the when I say black people, anyways, sometimes I'm speaking to very Western type of black people. When I say Western type of black people, it also sometimes even involves Lagos black people, because Nigerian people like to act this adjacent to black people, to not African American, because that has slightly changed, but they like to act adjacent to a certain type of urban-esque type of living. So anyways, they also, I can rope them in easily. I can rope the elite in quote type of women from different African countries and call them black women. So yes, I'm just talking about what I see online. This is more like digital commentary type thing, right? So yeah, you can always give me exceptions. You can always give me a majority of people that fall outside of these types of commentary that I'm doing, and I would agree with you for sure. So yeah, but yeah, who knows? Yeah, who knows? Anyways, I was like, I don't know if you've heard of Accolademaxxing before. Have you guys tapped into this thing where people do, where when you say a word and you put maxing outside it? Like, for example, now I'll say something like, oh, I'm single maxing. I'll just go into one bush by myself and I'll record myself chilling, and I'm just like, I take myself maybe to, let's say I go to a cinema or something by myself. I go to a high-end restaurant myself. I'm like, today I'm going to do all of my things alone. I'm single maxing. You can say that. So people say the beauty maxing. So you can put beauty and then put maxing. You're doing Botox, you're doing skincare, you're like trying to remove like not just acne on your face, you're trying to, so you're doing all of these things is beauty maxing. Or you're trying to get in shape, you're doing your teeth. Teeth is now the big thing people are doing these days. You're doing your teeth, you're waxing your hair, everything. That's beauty maxing. There's also that. Recently I came across someone said Accolademaxxing, and I think that's the exact thing I want to even speak about. Accolademaxxing. Before I even get into it, there was something else someone said. This is not, so most countries that are advanced, the percentage of people they say that have a degree and live in poverty are less than 5%. I'm not talking about countries that their economy is fucked. Okay, I'm not talking that one. If your country is down, regardless of your degree, regardless of your skill, regardless of everything, most people are in poverty at this point. But I'm talking about countries that are not in poverty. So in that case, most of the people who have a degree, right, like do not live in poverty, which is a type of accolade you need to have. So what did this person that talk about Accolademaxxing say? I can't really reference people because I'll be scrolling and I see something and it stays on my head. I take mental note. So I can't really quote them. And sometimes you can't really quote people because you don't even know if they're the original source. But still, regardless, I wish I could quote the person that said it, but I was just scrolling. I think I was sleepy, but it stayed in my mind. And I woke up this morning and I was like, whoa, Accolademaxxing. Let me speak on Accolademaxxing. What the specific thing to this is that they said that there are things that people like, right? There are things that you can use to show that you are capable of doing something, or that you have been validated in doing something. And usually it's accolades. It's, oh, this particular group of people, I got this from here. And this thing, if you see it, you can easily say, oh, I associate you with this. The world is busy, right? People are busy. People have a lot to do in their lives. People are busy. People don't have time to wait for you to prove your skill to them. People do not have the patience, and they are not bad people. They just do not have the time to do it. Like, they have other things to do. So how can people easily associate you and something? People like it simple. Like, I look at this person, I want this, and I know this person can give me this, right? But if I want to like keep them or like check out if they can do it, it's going to take me time. So what do you do? Especially if you're a Lapo baby, not a Nepo baby. If you're a Nepo baby, which is even crazy because Nepo babies do it a lot. Like, Nepo babies, they get all of the accolades. They go to the best schools. They, even if just to get the accolades, because they know how the world works. But I've been seeing clips, I've been seeing people like talking about how maybe school now scam, all those kind of thing now. And in as much as I agree that in some kind of countries or in some kind of places, school does not, you getting a degree or you getting some sort of certification does not do anything for you. But it's actually, at least when it gets to a place where it's like, you know, being ready in case opportunities come your way, it's going to help you. Like, if an opportunity come and somebody want to tell, can you do this or can you not do it? It's very easy if you can just place an accolade or place a paper or place a type of thing that people term as valid in front of them, and they will see that, yeah, okay, this person can do it. So based on where you are in life, because yes, there are some people that are not built for this. There are some people that are not supposed to be like this, but most people are normal. So for the normal or ordinary people, which is a large percentage of the population, you need to get as much accolades as possible, that you know that when you put yourself in a position, you don't need to explain. Because most of our names, not a lot of people will know it. Most of your names, not a lot of people are going to know it. People will not just know your name like that, but they know the name of some things, right? Depend on the industry you're in, depending on what you're trying to pursue, people know some things that are associated with those things. When those things, you need those accolades. Like, the person talked about Accolademaxxing, and I was just like, this is like perfect. Like, you need to put yourself in places and get validations that can signify to other people that you can do something. It doesn't even matter if you can do it or not. It doesn't matter like if you can do it or not. Like, I was trying to even get someone to go sign up for a certification from Stanford, like online certification. Just do it and just get it and put it in your CV. But Stanford sometimes is too high. It's like, okay, there should not be that gap between what you're actually, where the other, yeah, your accolades should make sense. And this is a thing where it's like, okay, when you talk about school, people think that it's just, oh, school does not do anything for you. Let's even bring it down to the thing that we do a lot in my home country, Nigeria. A lot of people do tailoring, right? Yes, if you're a good tailor, you're a good tailor. But there are some people that want to take their tailoring to being stylists, being a brand, you know, being a couture house or whatever. If you want to take it up a notch a little bit, just go online and search for places where you think that there's some sort of tailoring certification that they have been given. Some place in England, baby, that has been there for like since 1874. And those things are very niche. It's like nobody even knows them. Nobody knows them. Just go there and look for, oh, they're giving some things out to the best tailor or the person that, just do it and just get it and just put it and brand it and put it in your shop or put it on your portfolio. You need to get as much accolades as possible, because the world respects validations. Like, what kind, like, people don't want to think too much, right? If they want to give you opportunities, except if you've worked for them for a long time. And you know how this world is even crazy. There are sometimes that you work with people for a long time, but they don't want to like put you high above what they think that they know about you, right? So they'll bring someone else from the outside to come and fill in that position for them. So people are weird like that. So even if you have the ability to do something for someone, people don't want to like just I've been wearing your brand all this while, and all of a sudden, like, I should now say that your brand is now premium brand. They'll now bring someone from outside who they think has the premium brand based on other type of validation that the person wear, which is why designers will be looking for like the biggest celebrity or superstar to wear their clothes, because they need the accolade to put on their portfolio. Like, you need to Accolademaxx. If you're like doing music or something, look for if you're doing music, I don't mean like actually singing, but there's a lot of areas in creating art. Look for somewhere they do some sort of accolades for creative directing or creativity. Get the accolades, get it and put it on your portfolio, because people respect these things. Like, not even respect, it signals to people that this is okay, like they are in line with what the world wants. People don't want to deviate. You think that people are looking for something new, or people are looking for something innovative. Or no, people aren't looking for something new or innovative. People want to know. People like to know that they know something, and they just want what they know. Like, it's crazy, but get as much as you can. Get as much as you can when it comes to accolades. And I'm not just talking about school. If you're in an industry, look for the professional associations that is related to that industry and put yourself in there and say you're a member of that association. If you're trying to build a brand like in Nigeria now, maybe look across West Africa or look across North Africa, because North Africa is doing well in also fashion. Like, there's a lot of fashion show that go on in Morocco or something like that. Look for something, a fashion house in Morocco, and associate yourself with them. You need to Accolademaxx. It's not even a joke. It's not a joke. It's not a joke at all. And if we're all waiting for the time where people will just see how skillful, if we're looking for a time where people will see how skillful we are, seems like it's not, because many people are skillful, many people can do a lot of things, so nothing is really, people are not really looking to one person for it depends. Anyways, at the end of the day, it depends. A lot of alignment need to happen, but I think I agree with the point that you need to go out there and seek for the type of validation that the world likes to see. People don't want anything that is that like not in line. And I noticed it, given where I am, everybody kind of wears almost the same clothes, and I keep on wondering, like, why is it that these people don't even try anything else? If a new fashion brand should break out, everybody just gets something from them. Everybody just gets the same thing and wears. Nobody's looking to stand out like that, like we think. Nobody's looking to stand out. So you're going out there to even get all of these things. When you get them, you just feel like, oh, okay, now I'm even normal. I'm putting air quotes. Now I'm now normal. But if you have to strive for yourself just based on your own individual skill, it's going to be very tough. It's going to be very, very tough. On the flip side, though, when people who have the advantage of getting all of these accolades, sometimes they are empty. So everybody is not even the same. But me, I would advise that you have a little bit of value under those accolades, and when you are to prove yourself, or when like things align and you're in a room of opportunity, you can actually maximize it. I don't even know why I'm doing this TED talk. This is not me. I don't even sound like myself. I don't sound like myself, but I just feel like some people need to hear this. You need to hear this. Get it. Get your papers, get your associations, get those external validations. Get your external validations. They are important. They are important. People are just normal. The way people are normal sometimes blow my mind. You need to get in the normal program to even live an average life, it looks like. So hear me out. I mean, hear me if you want to. If you don't, that's also fine. Okay. And so I've been obsessing over my sign recently as well. I'm an Aquarius, and I just, I'm not, I'm like all of you cool people that don't do star sign, that don't do stars. I'm like that. I don't do it, but I was curious about knowing about my own sign. So I went online and I was checking out people's signs, and they say my sign. One thing that's is a feature is that we are humanitarians. We care about people, but then they now said that we have this weird thing where we care about the world, but we might not necessarily care about one person. And I'm just like, you know what? I usually tell people that my tank is like, I can care about 10 people and that's it, but I care about the world. Like, I care about the world. Like, I could tell you that I'm like, let me say, if I tell you, it might not be, this is just me saying, example, if I tell you I'm a feminist, because now I'm in a kind of argument with people on TikTok about that term. But if I tell you I'm a feminist, for example, like, I'm like real, like, I'm just like, I am the go, yeah, let's do it type of person. Like, yes, I'm gonna go to the core, I'm gonna say the extreme things, I'm gonna go for it radically. But then I might see one woman online, and it was just like, for example, I saw a clip where it was raining, and this woman, she had a kid on her back, and she's selling something, so she had the thing she was selling on her head, and it's raining, and this woman was under the rain, the baby was on her back. That thing pissed me off, and I know why it pissed me off, because I'm just like, what kind of level of poverty is this? It was annoying me, it angered me so much. And you know what, I saw that the clip had almost 1 million, no, more than 1 million likes. And I checked it out. I was like, what is in this clip that people are liking? Are people liking the fact that this woman is under the radar and she's suffering? And then I saw that it was a case where some dude stopped her stopped her, and then he was asking her, is that a baby you have in your back? Oh no. Then he took the thing from her head, the thing she's selling on her head, and then he put it in his boot, and then he put her in the car, and then she was now behind at the car, and then she was like breastfeeding her baby. And I was just looking at it, and I was just like angry. I was angry. And I was thinking, am I like a terrible person? And I had to go back to my sign. I was like, no, I'm not like a terrible person. I hate the fact that we live in a system where those things can happen. The woman cannot just run under somewhere. In fact, why is she like having a baby on her back and selling something at the same time to even begin with? And now everybody is just like, oh my God, this is such a nice gesture. Yes, it's a nice gesture, but like, I don't even have it in me to say, oh yeah, like, now I want to feel like I care now, or I want to feel so much grace and gratitude to the man that helped her on the road. And I'm just like, oh. Anyways, what I came to terms with at the end of that was that, yes, be nice to people, but be ruthless to systems. Be ruthless to system. And now, if it is zero-sum game and you have to pick one, if you have to pick between be nice to people or be ruthless to people, please be ruthless. Sorry, be nice to people or be ruthless to systems. Please be ruthless to systems if you have to pick one. But you know what I mean? Like, because the system has to be good, and everybody has to be able to flourish on their own. I like when people are able to flourish independently, and we are not out here on the street being good Samaritan. Nigeria's and good Samaritan mindset, as per I'm the one that can help people, or I'm the one that can help save people. I'm not on that like that. So be ruthless to systems. You can be nice enough to people, but like, you cannot really save individual people, and then you're supporting a terrible system. If you have the ability, some people are just built like that, right? That you can be nice to every single person you come across, and then you can be ruthless again to systems. You are Jesus, like you are the Baba, or you are like the big man. But if you don't have it, in you, please be ruthless to systems. I'm not saying you should not help anybody, or I don't know, people do what they want to do at the end of the day. That's not what I'm saying. At the end of the day, I say things and leave it out there for people who are my type, who get me to get me. If you don't get me, it is what it is, right?